Hey, for those tuning in, let me go ahead and explain real quickly what's going on my bike here. I've been working on the bike lately, and I put a new set of cranks on it and a new bottom bracket. I believe the old cranks were bent. This bike has a lot of sag to it. It's only 27.5-inch tires. So I get a lot of pedal strikes, a lot of crank strikes, and even up under here, I hit the underside of the bike. So I installed new bottom brackets. They were totally destroyed, and new crank. This is a 30-tooth crank. The old cranks that were on here were 32. I thought the difference in size would be minuscule. I wanted to put the smaller cranks on here to make it easier to climb, but what I just noticed is that, look at this, look at all this play in here. Just going down in 2 teeth in the front has resulted in a much longer chain. I intended to put a new chain on the bike today. I have some tools to get that done, but I don't want to go ahead and put this on here until I find out, the proper length for this. I'll assume that I just need to take 2 of these out and it'll be short enough, right? I mean, I only went from 32 to 30, so let me get this sized appropriately and make sure it works before I cut this one to size. It'll be easy to replace the chain and cut it to length when I know. Because what I'll do is just put the chain on the ground and stretch this one out next to it, match up all the links, and cut it to the right length. There's some other issues. Let me wait till that settles. There's other issues going on with this bike. Number one, it's extremely noisy. I need to take the derailleur apart and get these wheels cleaned and oiled because they just do not sound good. Well, with all the tension taken off of it, yeah, now they sound okay. Let's see what happens when we go into a higher gear. Yeah. Yeah, sounds terrible. Yikes. I hate that sound. So I'm gonna take these derailleur wheels apart, get them off, clean it, oil them up, get a new chain on there. And what I've also noticed is on the last few rides, this bike has started to go shift. You can see there's scratches here. There's indications of contact with rocks here, here, here. And I think some of these might be new. I don't know, but whenever the bike starts, yeah, there's some really good scrapage going on right here. So whenever the bike starts shifting wonky, it's safe to assume that I've hit the derailleur on a rock. So I also intend to get the derailleur off, check the derailleur hanger alignment with my derailleur hanger alignment tool. Yeah, I have a whole lot of work to do. Let me just go ahead and get started by cutting the old chain to the proper length. All right. Now that we got all that out of the way, let me put my phone on my chest and try to say hi to you. Thank you. Thanks for stopping in while I get some work done on my bike today. Appreciate it. Hey, May. I don't. Oopsie. Let me get the key out of my pocket. Chirp, chirp. Honda. What the fuck are you talking back to me for? Like, don't make me come out there, bro. One click. I don't know. Yeah, I've been working on this one for a while. This one's got some new cranks. But yeah, look at all this slap and play that's in there. Just because I put a smaller little crank on here, I didn't really think it was going to be that bad. I'm going to take 2 rings out and get started. Why such as good as time as any? Why can't Tori read? I'm a night owl. It's cool. I don't got a reason to wake up tomorrow. It's all good. My DIH? What? Show me your SIH? What's that even mean? I got something. Remember that movie? I don't know, whatever the dude would always say, show me the money, right? Show me the money. How about that? I ain't gonna show you nothing. Show me some love on the super chat. Show me the money. What was that movie? Tom Cruise, Cuba Gooding Jr., I think. What do I know? I know I got the chat up. Hey, cruise control. Nothing better to Drew. Yeah, I'm always trying, bro. Look at me. It's the thought that counts. I might, hands free. I'll be working on my bike, saying, "What's up? What's up, love? What do you mean by that?" Non-stop. Non-stop. Let's get started. First, I gotta get started to be non-stop. Yeah. I don't want to get my hands too dirty, too greasy, right? The old lady buys a bunch of these things for various purposes around the house. I figure I might as well use them. You know what I'm saying? Oh, shit. Let's find our, there she is already at the bottom for us. That's nice. Let's just go ahead and pop this apart. You know what I'm saying? We can come a little closer. Maybe we can actually see. What is Jake doing? What was he fucking doing? This guy. Get in there, sweetheart. There you go. Always on live, man. I would never struggle like that. Never, bros. I should back it up so we can have a better chance of getting this on camera. Doesn't really matter, does it? Pop this one out, yeah. Yes, sir. We got 2 links out. Let's put it back together and see that gets rid of all that slack. Yeah. Can't believe it's that late already. My wife in there watching TV is gonna get me copyright claim. She just loves to play that TV so loud. What? Can you hear it? You got it loud enough in there? That's a little irritating, right? I didn't think that was gonna happen since I monetized this live stream. If I would have known she was gonna be blasting copyrighted music, a lot of you freaking daw in there. So it looks like that will work. Man, I'm hardly ever in top gear. I'm always usually climbing. And when I descend, I'm not descending in top gear, right? Somewhere up in here is fast enough for me on the descents. I think that's gonna work. So I don't even have the clutch on. We're good to go. I'm gonna get the chain off. We don't need it anymore because the next thing I want to do is check the derailleur hanger alignment. So I'm probably not even gonna get to finish all this tonight. Just work on it for a little bit. We'll set this aside. There we are. Don't worry, I'll have a talk with her later about that copyrighted music when I'm live streaming. We'll get that shit sorted out right quick. That won't happen again. I'm just gonna use my derailleur hanger alignment. They're pretty much, well, right now it's pretty nice. I think today's high was in the 80s and it's cooled off quite nice at night. Almost all these derailleur hanger alignment tools are the same. They tie in to your derailleur hanger. Careful not to cross thread it, right? Yeah, no, today was really nice. Oh, that seemed to shift a little bit. That was weird. Just double checking that. It seemed like my derailleur hanger is loose or something. What is odd? Yeah. What? And tarnations. What we got going on here? Let's get to the bottom of that. I can't have my derailleur hanger loose. Hell no. Heck no, excuse me. Heck no. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying. Let's get the wheel out of here, huh? Bro. Do you hear that? That's my derailleur hanger. I shouldn't be doing that. I should not be doing that. Let's go to all messages because clearly I'm missing some. I see most of them are just dirty. Yeah, Kenzo. What's up with that? Why is that all? I guess it's that little screw right there. Man, that's a small one. What is that, 2.5 millimeter? Kidding me. Sure enough, 2.5. Oh my gosh. That little thing. She's on there tight now, baby. Oh yeah, she ain't rattling now, is she? Is she? I can't believe how much this thing is rattling, falling apart. Every time I turn around, I find something loose on this bike. Dude, it's a rattle trap. Is there no bike that can stand up to me? I've started asking for sponsors now. I'll start asking for bicycle companies. It's a very small request. I'm not asking for a free bike. Just let me ride it like a little demo for a while. Let me have fun with it and film with it for like a couple months and then take it back. Let me just play around with it, bro. Okay? I just want to play around with it. Now that we got that bolt, whoop, we gotta put the wheel back in there. You gotta put the wheel back in there because you need the wheel to line things up. Let's see if I can get it in from this angle. I'm gonna get it in. Come on, Steve, get it in. I'm gonna get it in. That would be nice. Get this bike back on the road and all the rattles. I'm excited to take it for a ride now. I had no idea that the derailleur hanger itself was loose. That was so unexpected. What a pleasant find though, to be honest with you. So that was probably contributing to my shifting problems. The fact that my derailleur hanger was loose and flapping around a little bit. But I still suspect, I think it moved again. Whatever. It's tightened up enough where hopefully it won't move around again. Let's get to sorting this out. Let's get to the bottom of whether or not the derailleur hanger is out of alignment. I want my bike to be, my bike has to be perfect when I ride it. It has to be quiet. It has to shift perfectly. Everything about it has to be perfect when I get on it. It's so frustrating when I just want to get out there in nature and listen to the birds. And all I hear is squeaking and rattling from my bike. Don't make me get off my bike and bash it with a rock, I'm trying to have a good time, dude. Don't do that. Okay. So now that's all lined up. We're gonna move it to the top because this wheel is bent. Trust me. My fat butt has been riding this for over 600 miles. This back wheel is bent just a little bit. I haven't straightened it out yet. We'll get to that. That's a whole nother video. So, knowing that I have a bent rim, you always want to measure at the same spot. That would be the valve stem. Every time you take a measurement, you want to rotate it around and get the same measuring point. So there, that is right on the money. Let's go up here and see what it looks like. Of course, we're going to have to adjust our height just a little bit to find the same spot on the rim. Woohoo, yes sir. Yes sir. That's an honest 1/4 inch. That's an honest 1/4 inch we're off from top to bottom. And then when we're done getting top and bottom even, then we need to check front and back. Make sure those are aligned. And once we get this all aligned, then we can put our derailleur back on there. Take a look at that. That should solve all of our problems. What do they say, like 1 to 2 millimeters difference is acceptable? I have a 1/4 inch, so it's like 4 or 5 millimeters. So what I want to do is take up about half the distance up here and then re-examine. This needs to go in about half a 1/4 inch. So let's move this out of the way. So good, John. Let's brace ourselves on the bike and try to bend this soft aluminum derailleur hanger in half a 1/4 inch. It's like arm wrestling. Yeah. Not too much. Not too much. Did I get it at all? I think I might have. Let's reset it right there. It's perfect. Let's come back down to the bottom and check it. Did I get lucky? And nail it on the first try? No, sir, I did not. It's not bad. Should we roll with it? Let me reset it one more time. We'll just double check. I want to push this right up to the rim. That'll reset the gauge. There's a little rubber washer on this piece. Move up to the top. Slide it up. Find the same spot on the rim. I don't know, man. I think I definitely made it. I'm gonna call that 2 millimeters or less. I think I nailed it. So let's go ahead and check this way as well. I mean, I think I nailed it. It's close enough. 2 millimeters is close enough. 1 to 2 millimeters of air. That's close enough to be on opposite side. My derailleur is in the way. This is close enough. That's close enough for me. We're a little off. Not bad. Again, it's like 2 millimeters. I think I nailed it. I'm gonna go ahead and call it from experience. I'm gonna say that's perfect. Let's get this off. If it's not, I can go back and double check it, but I've done this enough times to know It was just slightly off, and that's enough to make it shift funny. It was just starting to shift funny. Had it been more bent out of place, the shifting would be worse. It was okay, you know, but I need my shifting to be perfect. When I'm out there on the trail, I don't have 1 second to have a missed shift. I don't have time for that. I know what I got time for that. Let's go ahead and take care of our tools and put this away. Let's put this away. This, even though this is an off-name brand, this was still kind of an expensive tool, and I don't want to have to replace it. The derailleur hanger alignment tools range in price from probably $20 to $120. I think I paid about $50, maybe $40 for this quite a while ago. And each time I use this, it saves me about $20 to $25 at the local bicycle shop. I ride my bike a lot, and I ride on a lot of rough trails. I'm constantly hitting my derailleur. You can see that by the scratches. And it knocks it out of alignment. It's a soft aluminum hanger, so that has to be realigned, and yeah, then it'll shift perfect. So yeah, I don't know how many times I've used this now. Maybe 20 times, maybe even more. 20 times at $25 each time, and time out of my life to go to the bicycle store, the local bicycle shop. If you ride mountain bikes on the regular, you really need to invest. You know, forget what brand name this is. Go get anyone and get you one. All right, let's put the derailleur back on. Right. Get out there, sweetheart. Why gotta be so rough? Oh, I see. I got you, girl. I got you. Why didn't you say so? There. There you go. Are we all better now? Oh, see, it shifted. That's so wild. You're wild! I tightened that thing up, bro. Shouldn't be moving around like that. Why? You just keep. Oh, and it loosened up, too. How dare you? How dare you? How dare you? I don't even know how that loosened up. I cranked it tight. There's no way that should have loosened up. Maybe when I put the through axle in. No, my wife's in there watching TV. Can't you hear that muffled noise through the wall? That's her watching TV. Sorry. You think I'd just leave the TV on blasting in there when I'm out here? Think I would just waste electricity? Oh, all right. Let's take these wheels apart. I want them to be clean and all greased. Let's take them off one at a time so I don't forget which one's which. Because one is a guide wheel and the other is a jockey wheel. And I have some aftermarket jockey wheels. I wonder if they would actually fit in there. I should take a look at that. I bought them from AliExpress for a different bike, and they never quite seemed like that they wouldn't fit. Yeah, these are terrible. Dry as a bone. Dry as a bone in there. And of course, those are not bearings. Those are the low quality. Derailleur. Let me see if I bought one with ceramic bearings. Let's see if that fits in there at this point. That would be kind of nice to end up using our ceramic bearings. My ceramic bearings. These have been sitting. Did I never open it? Let's go get the other one that's open. Oh. Yeah, we got, it looks like it's, that bolt even looks like the same size and everything. We'll put our ceramic, oh, I don't think it's the same size. This jockey wheel is much bigger. Yeah, these jockey wheels aren't even the same size. We will not be using this jockey wheel. Damn it. Darn it. Is what I mean. Hey, Lena. Lena 007J. I took that screenshot of you. And then finally, in a couple days, I got around to it, looking you up and subscribing. I think I said hi. I know I said hi on one of your videos or shorts. Thank you. So I guess we're just gonna go ahead and clean up the old one, add a little grease to it or something to quiet it up, and roll with that. So, and I'll probably end up having to take this off and do it again. I mean, it's just, yeah, just bushings. It would be nice if it was an actual bearing in there. But whatever. I should probably get some Oh, you want to come out of there? I don't want you to come out of there. Maybe I do. There we go. I want you out of there. Yeah. At least I don't see any rust or anything on any of the parts. Usually, and I don't see any damage. These are still in pretty good shape. Let me get a smaller rag that's more manageable. I'll just get to wiping that off. Oh well. So stubborn. There we go. Now I got in there. Oh yeah, look at all that buildup in there. That's nice. 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 Found my Instagram. You don't have anything posted? How do you know it's me? Maybe it's somebody pretending to be me. Did you ever think about that? You trying to stalk me? Yeah, we're getting off some built up grease and grime built up. Our teeth still look good. This is just a plastic wheel. So, yeah, I noticed that somebody else found my Instagram. Jose Sanders found my Instagram and was following me. Stage 5 clinger. Jose Sanders. Looks like you. I don't even know. I don't think I even have a picture. I would be hesitant to interact with that Instagram account. I don't think I even have a picture loaded on my Instagram account. I used my Instagram account to ask for a sponsorship just recently. I reached out to a company, Side weightlifting equipment. They're sold exclusively on Walmart. And they didn't have a website, but they were on Instagram and Facebook. I'm not on Facebook, so I do have an Instagram account, but I don't use it. And there's nothing posted on it. So I just used it to contact them and ask them for a free leg machine. Why not? You don't get anything if you don't ask for it, am I right? So, jerking himself on these streams. You wish. You wish. Look, dude, I'm doing fucking work here. I'm making my bike perfect. I'm saving money by doing this myself rather than sending it to the local bike store. But if I did need to send it to the local bike store, I would send it to Gordy's at 43rd Avenue in Thunderbird. I take my stuff to them whenever I can't figure anything out. They've been so cool with me every time I go in there. And that was before they even found out I was on YouTube. When I was just a nobody going in there asking for help. They were really cool. They would like bend over backwards, drop what they were doing to help me out. I would come there to buy stuff and always so helpful, but if they didn't have it in stock, maybe they had it in their mechanic tool shop, and they would just like, give me a little bit stuff. It's like, are you serious, man? They didn't even know who I was. I was just a rando going to their store. I went to buy rim tape one day. They didn't have the size I needed for sale, but they had it in their mechanic toolbox. And the dude rolled out enough tape for me to go home and tape my bike. I was like, you serious, dude? You guys are fucking cool as fuck. They've done so many cool things for me. So, they're definitely the best bike shop. I mean, I've gone to a few different bike shops, and Gordy's at 43rd and Thunderbird is always the best. Did I miss your workout? I didn't work out today. I gave my dog a bath. I do it in the shower, and I spend a lot of time bent over, scrubbing her. So my lower back is a little fatigued, and I wanted to do squats and deadlifts and lunges, leg day. So I did not work out today. I bathed my dog and my back is pretty sore. It's fatigued. So I'm gonna come out here and work on my bike. That looks pretty nice. We got that all cleaned up. Looks a lot nicer. We'll put some like grease or something, light grease inside here, grease it all back up. Let's clean up the other pieces. We got these little outside pieces. These are in really good shape. Sometimes you'll see a whole lot of wear, like something was completely out of alignment and it's gouged. But you can see that this one is still in really nice condition. Just doesn't, no reason. Just clean it up. A little bit of grease and put it back together. It's in good shape. It's just a little time consuming, especially when you're an old man trying to read chat. Let's get out the other one and clean it up. Inspect it. It looks pretty good. Maybe at one time it had a little bit of grease. But it has absolutely nothing now, so. Yeah, keep procrastinating. Bikes are tough to take care of, Do you know how to take care of a bike? What kind of bike are you thinking about getting? Do you know how to change a tube, a tire? You don't want to have to take it to a bike shop all the time. Flats are a real downer, People get a flat tire and the bike just sits there. It's no longer ridden. You gotta at least know how to, take the wheels off, take the tube out, put a new one in there so you can get home, and pump it back up. And then when you get home, you patch your tube, It's a real bummer if you gotta call for help or get a ride. Thanks, Lena. Thanks for the heart. I don't know anything about them. Yeah. And they're such a big investment. Everybody wants so much money for a bicycle. Maybe, what kind of bicycle were you thinking about getting? Like just a beach cruiser, a single speed? cruise the neighborhood. Now we got our like little centerpiece. This has got like, you know, a little bit of buildup on it. It's not too bad. Again, I don't see any damage or rust. I'll just clean it up. Don't know anything about them. Yeah. They're good exercise and a lot of fun. I love riding a bicycle. When I work on my bicycle, I get all excited to go ride it. I'm like a kid dreaming about winning the race. All right, I think it's cleaned enough. Let's put a little bit of light oil on everything, or grease. Still have to do your research. How long? Well, let me get some water, wet my whistle. So when I was a kid, you know, I was into BMX. This was like the 80s. So I had BMX bikes through elementary school and a little bit of junior high. And I really liked it. In fact, as a reward for getting good grades at school, I would get like $50 if I made the honor roll at the local bike shop to get some aftermarket parts like new cranks, fix up my bike. So I was kind of doing this for a long time. But, you know, it just really wasn't cool at some point, you know. It was all about being cool. So I quit riding bicycles. My father passed away when I was like 13, and he had a mountain bike, a cheap mountain bike that he was using for exercise. So I kind of got that bike. And I rode that for like a couple years, just having fun and exercising. And, you know, the bike got broken down and it disappeared. It was gone. And that's the extent of my bike riding. Now, after I joined the Army and injured my shoulder, I was a little upset about that, and I just sat around and drank a lot of beer and ate food. I didn't exercise. I was in a lot of pain. And so yeah, at the age of 32, I went and bought a mongoose from Walmart, a really cheap bike. And I had a lot of fun, and I destroyed it. But I tried to fix it, and I watched YouTube to learn how to fix them. And I found a few channels that I liked, and they showed how to fix up bikes. And the channel I was watching, they were all into the GT Aggressor Pro, and it looked like a nice bike. It was a good price, so I went and got a GT Aggressor Pro. And I started riding bicycles like all the time at that point. So that was like, I don't know, that was like 10 years ago that I started really enjoying bicycles. It happens to everybody, Lena. This was a long time ago. I was a 13-year-old boy, thank you. Dre, excuse me. I have to, you know, snap out of it. Dre Davis, thank you. Thank you. I'm just trying to make the bike look nice, clean it up, get it working great. I'm gonna put a little bit of grease right in the middle. You know, because now there's gonna be a little metal piece that goes in there. This one, it's all cleaned up now. Got rid of that buildup. We'll just shove it back in there. Yeah. Come around here, get some more. Get some more. And then these things are all filled up with grease. See, they've been cleaned up and filled with grease. We'll just put our cap back on there, right? And put the cap back on the other side. Right, we got some more grease. We got this other side to close up, put our dust seal on. Right on. However, I don't want to have all this excess grease. I did not ride today. Taking it easy. I washed my dog. I gave her a bath. It puts a lot of strain on my lower back, bending over and bathing her and rinsing her off. So I'm taking another day off from exercise. I hope to work out tomorrow. But I have some errands to run tomorrow, so I hope. So this will probably get really nasty with built up dirt, but we'll just take it off and clean it again. That's actually a part of, having a bike. Fidget spinner, yeah, it does look like a fidget. Let's put this back on. It's all cleaned up, greased up. Hopefully it'll be nice and quiet for a little while until I have to take it off and do it again. Nice. And I just pushed a whole bunch of that grease to the other side. Let me wipe it off. I did not want a bunch of grease flapping around. Look at all that grease that was inside. And that just pushed out more grease. Let me wipe that off. Nice. Doesn't spin very well. A higher end of it. That's a little bit better. Whatever. A higher end derailleur would have actual bearings instead of just bushing. Some kind of mix. She's a mix. I always adopt rescue dogs. She is a mix of Rottweiler, cattle dog, and pit bull is the most prevalent breed. She has a teeny tiny bit of Chihuahua. Thanks again for my greasy. Is that even in frame? With the greasy hands. Well, no, I have two dogs, and one dog recently passed away, and no, I didn't make any formal post or announcement about her passing. It's just not my style. I see other people do that. It's just not my style. I have two dogs. One was 16 years old, and she was a mixture of different kinds of poodles. She was a great dog. She passed away. She had kidney failure and passed away last month. I haven't made any post. My wife suggested I do that because people will probably be wondering about her, but it's just not my style. She's a good girl, but I feel like it's sympathy posting or something, right? I'm posting just for the likes. Oh, my poor dog died. Give me some attention. Yeah, that's not me. Sorry. But yeah, the dog that's still around, she's 4 years old, and she's the Rottweiler pit bull. Golden retrievers, they're the absolute prettiest and cutest dogs, like puppies. I agree. I don't think they grow up to be the cutest dogs. I mean, they are very beautiful dogs. But again, they do make the prettiest cutest puppies, in my opinion. Let's see if I can't get to that jockey wheel where it is. I should probably just take this off. This seems loose. Maybe we need a whole new system. Yeah, I didn't know which dog you were talking about. And I don't know who was all up to speed on, you know, on what happened. Yeah. Get back there. Nah, let's just take this off. We'll make this easier. It's a pain in the butt to get to. Was it this one? No. Right? It'll be easier. For some reason, it's bolted on this side over here. Oh, that's cool. It's tight. Yeah, it's all dry. Dry sounding. Yeah. Sounds terrible. That's not gonna pop out of there, is it? Okay. There we go. Let's just let that sag. And let's clean this one up too. So let's open it up. And ooh. We do have a little bit better bearing in there, it looks like. We got a little bit more rutting. That actually might be some grinding into the dust cap. Let's start cleaning it up. How old is this bike? I believe it's a 2022 model. I believe. So, yeah, it's probably about right. Time flies. Probably had it about 4 years. It's a nice bike. I don't plan on ever selling this bike. I actually really like the way this bike rides. This is the Marin Rift Zone. The geometry on it is great. And the suspension is big enough for everything I want to do. It has 130 millimeters of travel up front and 120 in the back. And yeah, I like it. It rides really nice. I'm just trying to get rid of all the rattles. I guess, you know, after 600 miles of abuse, it's, you know, it needs some love. So I do have a few bikes. I just sold a bike. Kent Travail. I bought a cheap low-end bike from Walmart, hoping to just have some content for YouTube and get some clicks. And it was a really nice bike. I did a whole lot to it and I had fun. And then I sold it. And the person who bought it from me, I gave them a great deal, hoping they would enjoy the bike, but they just turned around and resold it. So that kind of upset me a little bit. If I would have known he was going to resell it, I wouldn't have given him such a good price. Yeah, this little dust cap is gouged a little bit. That's okay. That's okay. As you know, when this thing gets too beat up and too out of whack that I can't get it to work again, well, then we'll just replace it and maybe even upgrade it at that time. Yeah, but I was actually thinking about asking bicycle companies to let me test out a bike. Not give it to me, but just send it to me to let me review it and ride it. And, because that's what companies have contacted me about, but it's products that I'm not really interested in. They say, try out our product and give us an honest review. Well, that's a good idea. When I contact bicycle companies, I'm going to say the same thing. I have a growing channel. I plan to be on YouTube for the next 10 or 20 years. Right now is a great opportunity for you to sponsor my channel and get in, because I'll appreciate the people that have been there the longest, and I'll always be loyal to you. Right? When my channel grows, I could ditch them and go to high priced sponsors, and or I could remain loyal to the people who were good to me from the beginning. So I've asked a few companies for products to try and sponsor me. And it's funny, my first letter was awkward and unprofessional. And the second one was a little bit better, but the third one was not too bad. Tomorrow I plan to reach out to Trek bicycles, and let them know I really like their Trek Roscoe, and I would love to use it for a while. I'm just inquiring if they would have an extra Roscoe laying around, and would love to send it to my house. Let me use it for a month or two. Here before 10K, yeah. Yeah, my channel grows, and it surprises me every time. I never thought I would have so many subscribers. They're really cool. I don't, they put up with me. I don't know why or how. I'm trying to be nicer. And look, trying to interact more. Even though I have my hands full, I'm gonna put a camera right there. It's a great opportunity to try to get to know somebody and remember somebody, so I can say hi to them. Yeah. How long have I been on? Hour and 10 minutes. That's not too bad. That's not too bad. We sized the old chain just to make sure it was appropriate length. Then I adjusted the derailleur hanger. It was off just slightly. I realigned that. Now we're cleaning up our jockey wheels and re-greasing them. I'll go ahead and put this back on the bike, and then I'm gonna cut the new chain. I have a new chain. I'm gonna go ahead and cut the new chain to size and install that with a new crank, a new chain, and freshly greased jockey wheels. It should be nice and quiet for at least one ride. You were just scrolling and saw me working out. Yeah, that's what I do. That's what I do. I enjoy it. I enjoy exercise, and riding my bike is an extension of that. It's a lot of great exercise. I lost a lot of weight, When I got out of the army, I had a bum shoulder, and I couldn't really lift weights for a long time. I gained a bunch of weight, and I bought a bicycle, and I had so much fun. I lost weight, because you can easily get out there and have so much fun you don't even realize that an hour and a half has gone by, and it only feels like a half hour. You've had so much fun. And the whole time you're out there burning calories, exercising. but it doesn't feel like exercise because it's fun. It's fun. Yeah, I used to weigh 270 pounds, 275, 265, depending on how full my stomach was. And I weigh 200 pounds now, 200 pounds. I lost a lot of weight riding my bicycle and having fun. You see the darndest things on a bicycle. I'm hilarious. Thank you. I try to be funny. Not everybody thinks I'm funny, right? But some people do think I'm funny. Thank you, thank you. Thank you very much. All right, this is all cleaned up. It looks significantly better. And let's put it back together. After we add some grease. Right? Maybe I'm not adding the correct grease. Some grease is better than no grease. I'm making an effort. You know, this bike was expensive. And all the replacement parts are expensive because this isn't your entry-level bike. No. I would describe this as mid-level. I paid a lot for this bike, and yeah, I'm actually hoping to keep this bike my entire life. I don't see a reason to get rid of this bike. I love it. So that is that. Army too. Fun job. You get to do a lot of cool stuff that nobody else gets to do when you're in the Army. A lot of cool stuff. Stuff you only see in the movies. You get to do it for real. And a lot of times, it does seem like the movies. It's like, is this real life? Is this really happening right now? You gotta be kidding me. Oh, don't you go nowhere. Darling, I had you all cleaned up. I'm sorry. Where are you going? Yeah, we're gonna have to clean this up again. Let's seal this one up. It's all filled up with grease. Pack it in there, baby. Oh man, that was a lot of grease and squeezing out everywhere. Boy, that's some grease. Let's get it cleaned up. That's right. I tell you, it's just like when I was in the Middle East and you have your weapon. It's really sandy, and there's a lot of sandstorms, and the sand is in the wind, and then if you have a lot of excess oil on your rifle, it'll attract dirt, and it'll just get clogged up. Your rifle will just get all jammed up. I mean, it won't work. So the last thing you want to do is have excess grease and oil all over the place when you're in a dirty, sandy environment, because then it's just going to build up and cause friction. Things aren't going to want to operate like they should. I would clean my rifle spotless, oil it, and then wipe all the oil off, all of it, and rock around with it dry, clean, oiled, and dry. Yeah, we put a lot of extra grease on this one, didn't we, fellas? Ladies and gentlemen. Let's roll with that. Two friends that live in Arizona, you got more friends than me. You got more friends, and I live here. You make it sound like you live somewhere else. Maybe you've told me before. If I had to guess, I would say you're in Ohio. I have a freakishly large number of people that watch me in Ohio. I don't know how that is, but that's cool with me. If you don't have memberships, I used to have memberships. I did for a little while, and I'll tell you why I don't have memberships anymore. It's because I'm a really nice person, and I like to give too much. And I initially started my memberships as just a way for people to support me. It was like $4 a month, and that's the only thing I gave you, and I felt bad about that. So then I started adding all these perks. Live streams, members only videos, member only shorts. And then I felt like I had to produce content because people were paying for it. And it stressed me out. And then I was trying to decide, well, I want to make this video. Should I make it just for subscribers or should I make it for everybody? And it was just a big distraction and a source of stress, believe it or not, for me. So I felt it would be better just to get rid of memberships and just keep doing whatever I want to do and having fun, not feeling obligated to do anything. And that is why I don't have memberships. I used to, but I do not have them anymore. You're in Canada. Oh, that's cool. Oh yeah, I should know that, right? You gave me Canadian dollars. Thank you. It's all coming back. Yes, that's right. Canadian dollars. And then I shared the story about this guy who got some of that before, and honestly, he thought it was California dollars. YouTube is great. Come on. You don't want to line up no more? There you go. I got you. I got you, sweetheart. There we go. Yeah. Maybe one of these days. One of these days I'm gonna upgrade. When I have to replace this wheel, I'm gonna, most likely it will come with an upgraded free hub. And then I'll have to get a new cassette because the cassette won't work on it. And then I'll get a new derailleur. And hopefully it will have bearings and will spin better. But at least it sounds a lot more quiet. Let's put that back on the bike. 4 a.m. You're going to bed soon. Okay. Yeah, it's a little after 1 a.m. here. So I'm almost done. I have to cut the new chain to size and then should be all done. Should be all done. There we go. There we go. Just a little tight, not too tight. The derailleur moved again. That's weird. Maybe I'll have to take that off, clean it all up. Maybe it has some dirt and debris, making it so it doesn't get a good even contact. I don't know, but come on, get in there. Oh, it'll help if you have the right size. Yeah, tighten it. Righty tighty. Yeah, she's still tight. Let me hurry up, okay? Maybe you can just fall asleep. Alright, let me bring the camera down a little bit so we can show. Let me get some more stuff. I don't want that old chain. Not that my garage is very clean. I still, I don't want to get grease all over the floor more than it is. Let's angle this down. Let's see what this old man's doing here. I think we got it. Let's stretch out this chain. This is the old chain that I had to shorten. Come on, baby. It is dirty. And this is the original chain. So it has, 650 miles of abuse. Little Shane is live. Guess we don't need that. There we go. Let's get rid of it. Let's lay our new chain next to it. Is this even in frame? No. Doesn't really matter. It's not like I'm trying to make a video. We're just going live, yeah? It's not the end of the world. Thanks, Lena. So here's our new chain. It says for road bikes, mountain bikes, or e-bikes. And it comes with a quick link to put the chain together. Yeah, there it is. The quick link. This is an 11-speed chain. Ooh, it is greasy and clean and nice. Look at all that grease on it, oil. And we got our link. Let's lay it out. to make sure that the rivets, or whatever they're calling there, these links match up, because the old chain can get stretched out. So you want to match them up, link per link. The old chain can stretch out. So you just put it next to it. Make sure it's all lined up. Man, this thing's slippery. Turn it on its side. Come on. Oh man, this new chain is just long enough. Wow. And it has stretched. Look at that. Wow. I should have used the chain checker to demonstrate. This chain is probably even out of service. So, is that right? 2 links is what we gotta take off. Let me just double check it, right? I don't wanna mess it up and buy another chain. That's the last thing I wanna do. Even though I got a pretty good deal, I think it's like a $20 chain, $15 chain. Let's not spend money we don't have to. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Let's look down it. Let me wipe it off. I got grease all over me. Oil, I mean. Yeah, this is pretty. You should not find yourself having to do this. Basically, you should just know how to do tires. Yeah, we'll come down. Let me try to get it down here. Let's take this off for a second. And let's switch it around, right? So we line up our chain and we make sure that these match up all the way across, because the old one will stretch out. It's all stretched out. So this is what we gotta cut off. I'm gonna put the chain breaker and pop that rivet out. It'll match the length of the old one. So let's do that. Yeah. Bikes. This is the one that I said got me into cycling. This is all upgraded. This is the GT Aggressor Pro. Then I got a Rocky Mountain Growler. I got a road bike. I'm working on this bike. There's another road bike over there. And believe it or not, I have another bike in my bedroom in brand new pristine condition. It's a GT Zasker. GT is now out of business, so you cannot get a GT bike anymore. They're an icon. It's no longer available, and it's a brand new bike that has never been ridden, my GT Zasker. So I got it half off too for clearance, going out of business. It was a $2,000 bike and I paid $1,000 for it. Yeah, and it's in my room in brand new condition. Yeah, that's 11 speed. This particular model this is a 2022 Rift Zone. And it's only the level 1. It's the lowest spec Rift Zone. They come in 3 different models. You know, this is the Rift Zone 1, so it didn't even have a dropper post. This is the 2022 model. I think they've gone to all their rift zones now have dropper posts, even the level 1. I have a dropper post I'm going to put on this bike once I get this other stuff sorted out. So you wax your chain every 400. Solid 5K miles. Nice, man. Nice. I clean mine by rubbing a towel on it after I've scrubbed it. Like I go out in the front yard. So we're gonna take 2 off of it, right? I'm gonna set this up in place. First thing we do is crank this bad boy down. See, it's gonna come in contact with the chain. It's gonna hold it tight. Crank that down, and then we're gonna spin this in there. It'll hit the rivet, but we need to eyeball it, make sure it's lined up. It's kind of hard to see it, but once it's lined up, and I like it, go ahead and crank it down. You'll hear it pop once and then twice. There. That pushed it through this side, then it'll be easy, and then you'll feel a little bit of resistance again once the pin hits the other side. You can stop there. Just bust it all the way through. Like if you didn't have a quick link and you were gonna put a pin in there or reuse that pin, yeah, that's a whole nother video. So let's just forget about that. Let's unscrew it. We'll bust it off our 2 pieces. We got our new length chain. The pin is in there. There. Where is it? There it is. That just fell out. Let's go ahead and get our chain on the bike now that it's sized correctly. This is an 11-speed chain. Notice how it may be hard to see, but on this side of the chain, there's no wording. There's no nothing. On this side of the chain, see how it says Hyperglide, Shimano, 11-speed. There's writing on one side of the chain. That writing, when you install it, should face out on the bike. You should be able to read the wording. Just look at the other side. There's absolutely nothing. So you want to install that with nothing side in, words out. This is an 11-speed chain. So let's get it done. Sorry about that. Let me get this in a way that can be on camera at least. There we go. Got oil all over from our fresh chain. Love it. Anyways, I was saying, yeah, every 2 or 3 rides, I take the bike outside, hose it off. I got a scrub brush. I hit the chain, and I come in here and dry the bike off with a towel. And I run a towel on the chain, getting in all the much oil is off. And I load it up with new oil, spin it around, rub off that new oil, and do that process a few times. And it just eventually starts to become cleaner. And it's good enough for me. It is good enough for me. Looking good. And that is gonna go over. Come on. There you go. Now we're gonna go in through here. Come on. Come on. Come on. There you go. There you go. Get you on there because you fell off your cog. Come on. There you go, sweetness. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Something just looks off for some reason. I don't know why. Let me wipe my hands real quick. Right? Something is off here, Rose. Let's just get it on the bike. Shy. I'll never claim to be a fast mechanic. This is irritating me. You. I can't take it with these gloves on. Look how wet my hands are. Sweat. These have little arrows on them indicating the direction the chain goes. So install those appropriately, right? We're pedaling. When it's up here, the arrow should point that way. When it's down here, the arrow should point this way. Yeah? Oh. Let me get my tools. Now I got it. Oh, almost, Blair. Where are you? There you are. Come on, baby. There we go. Why? What have I done wrong? I see. You idiot. Sorry, folks. There's a little tab there, and I don't have that lined up right. My bad. No wonder. You dumb. All right, hold on, folks. Let's get the derailleur on there properly. There's a little catch back there, and I missed it. So, that needs to be over here. You got it? Now with the chain on and everything. Now there's too much tension. Bro, that's alright. That's alright. See, take our chain guard off. We take our chain off. Now I can get the derailleur on there properly. If I can find the wrench. There it is, Jake. Oh, dear. What have you done? Bro, I don't want to have to take this chain off, but I think that's what I gotta do to get this on there properly. Ooh! Ooh! I'm sorry, Lena. I'm an incompetent mechanic. Oh, and it's over there. The only guy that turns a 1 hour bike job into 3. I'm telling you. This chain needs to get the heck out of my way. That's all I know. Yeah, I can't believe I put that on there. I was like, why did it move? Because you dingbat. Hey, Phil Collins. I don't drink. You're talking to everybody else in the chat. Right? Imagine how long this would take if I was drinking beer. I look like shit would never get done, bro. Shit would never get done. I don't think I can get it to go this way. Oh yeah, we can. Stop it. Which one is the skinny one? There we go. Okay. Okay. Now we're getting somewhere. Watch, there won't be all that slack. You know, every now and then, you know, you and I. Every now and then, bros. See, look at that now. See what's up? See what's up? They fall asleep. How's that possible? It's so I mean, I can understand them going numb. Usually my hand goes numb. My hand from vibrating on the bar so much. And I get some really bad chafing on my thighs from the seat. And yeah, full suspension is a lot more comfortable. It's a lot less abusive on the backside. A hardtail like really hurts your butt. All the rocks and stuff. The full suspension really helps out with all of that. Come on. There we go. Where are you? Come on. There we go. Come on. There we go. You just walk. When I ride my road bikes, yeah, when I ride my road bikes, I wear the tights. Yeah, they're like right here on my, cover up my quads. They have padding in the back, and then they have pullover straps. Pull those over so it keeps everything snugged up. When I ride my road bikes, when I ride my mountain bikes, I just have some padded underwear. On bike shorts, I always wear padded underwear. You have to wear padded underwear. Yeah, that would be my tip to anybody getting into bicycling, is to get some good quality padded underwear. They call it chamois. It's like a 1/2 inch thick padding underwear, really tight. And yes, it is a world of difference riding a bike with actual bike shorts, which I am, when I say bike shorts, I'm talking about padded underwear. And then you can put anything over them, whether you want to ride these or actually get some riding gear, or just ride. I ride in gym shorts. Nice. This is sounding so good right now. Let's see if it just happens to be lined up. I don't really want to get into any adjustments in the derailleur tonight. It's 1:30 and I need to start calming down and going to bed. No hurry. Oh yeah. And what's interesting is when I got the padded underwear, I would wear my normal underwear first, like my normal tight underwear for exercising. I would wear that, and then then I would put the padded underwear over that, and then my shorts. It doesn't work. It's designed to be used as underwear. You have to just go ahead and let your backside marinate in it, and just rock it and get used to it. Yeah. And that's the way it's designed to work, and that's the way it works. So you wear it as underwear, and it's, oh my gosh, I would never ride a bike without padded underwear. And you have no clue about that. But I was watching bicycle channels, and some of their recommendations, like top 5 things must-haves for new cyclists. Underwear with chamois. You have to do it. And then sometimes the chafing is so bad that you have to put like cream and stuff in there. It's horrible for some people, you know. All right, let's run through the gears. Let's run them. Let's run them. This is what my bike sounds like. It sounds like a two-stroke. When I get out there, when I get it fixed up, I'm like a kid, dude. I'm not gonna lie. I'll be walking around the house making motorcycle noises. Not gonna lie, bro. Oh, I had it extended past the limit. To the limit. Took it farther. So, what do we got on here, fellas and lady? We got some brand new cranks. We got a brand new bottom bracket. We got a brand new chain. I found out that my shock bolt mount was extremely loose and rattling around, so I tightened that up. Let's just do a bolt check on that now. I just found out that my derailleur hanger was super loose. My cassette was kind of loose, not super loose, but it still could have been tightened up a couple revolutions. The axle was a little bit loose. It had some play in it, I think, if I remember right. I'm not sure. Yeah, it didn't look like it had play, but when I took the wheel out, I was like, that's play. So I tightened up the axle, you know, the inside bolts. I've done a lot to this bike recently to try to make it primo. It needs to be primo, bro. Let's check the shock bolt mount, because this shock bolt mount was rattling like crazy. This was like the cause of so much of the noise on this bike. Right here. And it's still tight. And I tried to track down what was making all that rattling noises. I checked this bolt and like this bolt. I did check this bolt. Yeah, it's tight. All these bolts were tight. I could not figure out, but somehow, well, obviously I never checked this one bolt right here. Had it under. It does soak up a lot of sweat. Let me get this down. We're done. I'm done. We got a lot of work today. A lot of work done today, and I'm pretty happy with myself. I'm pretty happy. Let's ride it around just a little bit. I'm absolutely stoked. This bike is an absolute shredding machine. And let me tell you, I'll go ahead and tell you why I like this bike so much. Hell yeah, dude, this bike is a winner. Let me get some water. I mean, obviously you can see it's a beautiful bike. Number one, I mean, it's absolutely stunning. What a stunner, just to look at it. Wow. Jiminy, guy, are you kidding me? But this has actually been the very first bike that I've been happy with. It never felt like I needed to upgrade anything. Everything on here works perfect. It's only spec'd with NT 201s, NT 200s for hydraulic brakes, but they're fantastic. I'm one finger braking on the roughest trails, even with my fat butt. So the brakes are fantastic. I had another bike that was spec'd with Clark brakes, and they were horrible. They never worked. They were horrible. I ended up taking them off and throwing them away and getting another pair of MT200s and putting them on that bike. So the brakes are perfect, and it has a RockShox fork. That's all I need. It's quiet. When I pull up really hard to jump, it doesn't ring really loud like a lot of Sun Tour forks I've had. So I don't feel any need to upgrade this fork until it's destroyed or I can't service it anymore. There's no reason to upgrade this. It came with tubeless tires. The only thing I wish it had a dropper post. It should have a dropper post. I have a dropper post and I will install that in the next week or so. It has a big 51 tooth first gear. So it's got all the climbing ability that I need. And the geometry on it is awesome. It feels really stable. But the two things I like most about this bike is it's like three things. Number one, out of all my bikes, this is the easiest bike to wheelie up. I don't know how they did that. Maybe they moved the seat really far back over the back wheel, so it's easier to pop it up. But when I'm on the trail and there's a big obstacle, this bike is the easiest for me to lift my front wheel up over the obstacle so my back wheel can just go over it nice and easy. Easiest bike to wheelie and pop the front wheel up. And this is the easiest bike to turn on tight switchbacks. The geometry, again, out of all my bikes, I ride them on the same trail, and this is by far the easiest bike to turn around 180 on a tight switchback, whether I'm climbing or descending. It feels really stable. It makes a very tight turn. It's fantastic. And then one other thing, I said earlier that this front wheel is really easy to pop up. The front end is light, so that means there's a lot of weight under the back wheel. When I'm climbing a very steep trail, this back wheel never slips because all the weight of my fat ass is on the back wheel. And in fact, the front wheel, if it's a very steep climb, the front wheel will start, coming off. So I have to really lean forward, which you want to do anyways when you're climbing. So this bike is my best climber, the Marin Rift Zone. Yeah. Again, I bought this with my own money. I'm not being told to tell you this is a great bike. It's had its problems as far as a lot of chatter from day one. If you read reviews, they say that. There's a lot of noise in the back end. It's kind of noisy over the bumps and stuff, but hopefully I've got a lot of that worked out and it'll ride a lot nicer. So, great bike. Absolutely fantastic bike. I love this bike and I feel no need to upgrade it or get something better. The 11 gears work for me. I don't need 12. I added a bash guard here just because I would get hit so often there. It really does not need a chain retention, the chain, because you see I put one on there. That just came with the bash guard. This is a great bike. It does not drop. It does not drop the chain. All right. I never ran it through the gears to see if it's working. Oh well. I'm sure it's fine. I'll deal with that tomorrow or the next day. Maybe. Yeah, I gotta take a look at the shifting is a little bit off since I moved the derailleur and everything. I made some adjustments. I'm not gonna tackle that tonight. I spent enough time. I guess tomorrow we're gonna take the cable off of the derailleur hanger and reset it and readjust it. Yeah. It's gotta be perfect, man. It's gotta be perfect. Man, it sounds nice already though, Rose. Oh, my bad. Let me get that off first. Nice. Rock it, baby. Guitar. No, no, no. I gotta ride some gratuitous wheelies real quick before I go to bed. It has some good trails. I don't know if they're the best. My car's in the way a little bit. Sweet. Nice. Sweet. I don't care. Let's go ahead and work on the shifting right now, bro. I'll put some more water in there. Show you. It'll take me 2 seconds. Yeah, Lena, you don't have to keep watching and staying up. I'm gonna go ahead and get that shifting worked out right now. That's unacceptable. I need to get some more water. I don't care how late it gets. Why not? I don't think it's gonna be very hard to get the shifting dialed in. Might just be some barrel adjuster turns. Who knows? Could get lucky. So right there, what I do is I move it to the top gear, 11th gear, and it didn't have enough resistance. You know, I clicked it, but it's not jumping gears. So we'll make some barrel adjustments up here, add some tension until that switches gears. You dig what I'm saying? Check it out. See, it doesn't want to shift gears, but it should be. You hear it. It's trying to shift gears. It should be in 10th gear. So let's turn some barrel adjusters until it switches gears for us. Here we go. Just skipped the gear. Still making some noise, so we're going to do more barrel adjustments until it quiets down. There we go, that sounds a little bit better. Let's just go back. 11th, let's try to switch up to 10. There we go, nice clean, crisp shift. 10, let's go to 9. There we go, 9. 8. 7. A little bit of hiccup. Could have been me. Let's go to, what's the next one? Who cares? There we go. There we go. Oh, look at it a little bit. Might be just the middle gear. I always have problems with that middle gear. Always. Oh, there it goes. Anyways, next gear fine. Yeah, I don't know if I damaged this gear or what. This gear is always noisy when none of the rest are. Ooh, easy, big fella. No, back down. Back down. Yeah. Now up. Nah, we got problems. That's alright. I'm gonna pull the cable out and start all over. Let's turn this all the way in. And then back a few times. No, I tried to live stream my riding. It doesn't work out. I don't have enough data. I don't pay for enough cellular package. It just shuts off. I've tried it a few times and it always just shuts off. Yeah. I don't know why. So I'm just gonna reset the tension on the cable. I'm gonna loosen up the bolt that's holding the shift cable in place. Where are you, sweetheart? There you are. Yeah, there's a lot of play on there that doesn't need to be. I wish I could live stream my bicycle rides, but then again I don't want to, because then that basically tells people when I'm away from my home. Oh, look at Jake, he's out on a bike ride around the neighborhood. So If this doesn't get it, I'm done for tonight. I'll have to recheck the derailleur hanger alignment. Irritating is what you're doing. Motherfucker. This is my last attempt. Like and subscribe. This is my last attempt. Maybe and all that. It might have knocked it out. It wasn't tight. I don't know. I do know. It's a pain in the butt. That's what I know. I might get a new shift cable. Maybe this one's all out of whack. I think. This is my last time turning these wrenches. Otherwise, it's the derailleur hanger. Should I just pop the derailleur hanger off now? Stick your finger. Which way is that trying to go? I need a little more attention on it because it's trying to downshift. So turn it this way, Jake. Just a little bit. What are you fucking doing? Dude, don't piss me off. Are you gonna downshift? You're a crappy derailleur. You're all fucking screwy right now. I think the low limit needs to be adjusted. Yes, sir. It needs to swing over more. And what is that? 2.5 millimeter? No, it's a 2. I think we're out of alignment. Take that up. Yeah, that moved to quite a bit. Jeez. I mean, right? If it's not gonna. There we go. Let's roll with that. Reset the cable one more time. And if that doesn't get it, then we have no choice. We have no choice but to check our derailleur hanger alignment one more time. Alright, if I can't tune it in, then the only thing it has to be is I have to recheck the derailleur hanger alignment. Maybe I didn't get it right. Well, that's enough for tonight. So, let's see if we can't tune this in here. That's horrible. See? There we go. Yeah, well, obviously this is all out of whack. I'm done. Hey, thanks for the floating heart. This is I'm hot and irritated now. I don't even know what my battery is. I'm done. For the longest stream ever. Shit out of me. I'm fucking done. Sorry, excuse my language. It's late. I'll recheck the derailleur hanger or alignment tomorrow. That's the only thing that could be wrong, unless this is, damaged and bent out of position. I seriously doubt it. It was shifting a lot better before. I need some good sleeping to get cleaned up. And tomorrow we'll re-tackle the derailleur hanger alignment. We'll take a close look at that and figure out why it's not shifting right. Yeah. Thanks for hanging out with me for so long. Have a good night. Going to bed. Thank you so much. I need to do the same. I'll work on this tomorrow. Or I'll do it off camera and get it squared away. Thank you. Have a good night.